And I am the co-founder of a website called Draugiem.lv. For those of you who are not from Latvia, this is a social networking website. And as you see, there's no title. I was thinking about some specific title, what to give, but couldn't come up with anything smart one, so I skipped this part. In today's presentation, I'm going to give you some key facts about Draugiem. Some of those facts are quite, you can see them on a website. Some of those facts are hidden underneath. So I'm going to guide you through, hopefully, some interesting information. Further, I will have I will share with you some top mistakes that we've encountered while making Draugiem.lv. As you see, I hope you know that while building this kind of website and this size of scale, it was quite challenging for us. So I'm going to share with you those things that were giving us a big headache. And in the end, I will give you some top lessons learned. So for those of you who are going or willing to start your own business, I hope that if you listen carefully enough, that it will be easier for you to be successful. All right. First of all, very soon, next month, Draugiem.lv will turn 4 years old. I still remember that, let's say after 3 months, there were people just saying that, oh, Draugiem, no, it's going to end next year. So I can give it 1 year of life and that's it. And I still hear people saying that life for Draugiem.lv is going to end pretty soon. So I've been living these 4 years with this idea that, oh boy, it can come down. So, but we are still here around, and we are working pretty hard to make it happen for years to come. So I know that there are people saying that I did not invent Draugiem.lv, that I copied this idea, and I admit that. I mean, I saw this great website, which is called Friendster, and it took some time for me to realize how it's working. And I did copy the Friendster concept, and I'm not ashamed of it, because in internet world, things are copied from one place, another place, and then mixed in an original sauce. So. But the original idea is from Friendster. Okay, when creating this portal, the first user was me and my friend. And unlike on Friendster, when you were registering, you had to indicate that you want to meet a man, you want to meet a woman, that you are here for sex or friendship or whatsoever. We didn't include this part on Draugiem. So when you were registering, you didn't have to show anything except your some basic facts. So it was created for me and my friends. We didn't have any marketing budget, and as you know this term, there is this viral marketing or viral effect that we sent out invitations to our friends, they sent out invitations to their friends, and so the ball started rolling. And on the first day we launched, there were 20 of us. On the second day there were 80 users. On the third day there were 300. And I think we launched on Thursday, and on Sunday evening we were seeing that there were people registering in Rezekne. So we assumed that those are people from Rezekne augstskola, and they were coming from home to their school, and they read their emails and registered on Draugiem. So in this kind of business, the good effect is that if you manage to people to work for you, so they send out invitations, then you know that you hit the jackpot. All right. At that time, I had this very tiny business. I had an online T-shirt shop. It was called BarCamp.lv, or in English, it's on a shirt. And if you've seen these websites called Shirt City or okay, I forgot. The business is quite simple. You see a T-shirt in a website, and on the right hand there is some fields where you can type in some text, and it instantly shows in a T-shirt. So I had this very small online store, and I was selling 5 T-shirts a day, 3 T-shirts, and I fetched them to the printing shop with a bike. Oh no, I didn't have the bike at that time. I was walking, right? Later on, I bought the bike, and I was fetching around Riga these 5 T-shirts. And my profit from every T-shirt was around €2. So I could make my living. And when I made this Draugiem, my first business idea was that I want to sell more T-shirts. I remember I had several thousand users, and I called my friend and I was saying, shit, if I had 10,000 users, I could sell 10 T-shirts a day. That was my basic, my initial business model. All right, these are the numbers from yesterday. Yesterday we had 2.2 million users. Quite interesting is that only 800 are in Latvia, and 1.1 million is in Hungary. We have made quite a gamble, because in the middle of last year we offered actually similar services that are being that you can see on Draugiem and on the Lithuanian website, that you can send out free SMSs. And Hungarians liked this idea, and they were sending free SMSs like crazy. And in order for them to send, they also invited their friends, and so this Hungarian website was growing quite fast. But I must assume that this is not a very easy market, because in top 10 websites there are 4 associated with social networking. There is one very strong competitor, which is a leader, and it belongs to the local telecommunications company, and there are those Hungarians who are using internet, they are using that website. So we are in a very risky position, and it's very hard for us to fight, but we are doing. And then the rest users are Lithuanians and Russian users, and some English speaking, and some Germans, and etc. Unique logins in January, we had 1.5 million. So actually the activity on the website is quite all right. Latvians are the most active, because we've hooked them up, but Hungarians are using it, but on a all right. Okay. What is interesting, that 50,000 users in Latvia are accessing every day using mobile phone. Those of you who haven't used it, it's actually a paid service. I sometimes feel bad for it, because you want to use the website and you have to pay for it, but this is because we couldn't find any solution with mobile operators because they don't want to share any revenues with us, traffic revenues. So we had to come up with another idea how to finance this part of business. The registration of new users is changing, but on average lately there are 2,000. This number has dropped significantly because we have ended financing free SMSs to Hungarians, and they are very upset. And very many are not coming back, and not so many new users are registering, but still we are up to 2,000 users a day. On Draugiem, or on the whole portal, there are 36 million pictures. Actually, again, in order to post a picture, you have to buy space in Latvia. In the rest of the world, it's kind of for free. So, sorry? No, it's not that easy. You can try, but you have to register. Okay, I'm not going to tell the secret. All right. Every day we have people are mutually accepting 100, 1,000 friendships. So, and they are canceling 17,000. So, okay, I don't know what it means, but okay. And we have 500 fake users deleted by our administrators. Actually, this is quite painful. On the Latvian version, we have some 600 users registering, and out of them, 500 we are deleting every day. So it means that only 100 are kind of real people, because I don't know what's up with these young people, but they like to pretend they are not, and they're posting these very beautiful pictures of man and woman, and mostly they live in Paris, New York, and Latvia. So it's quite easy to spot who are fake users. On Draugiem we have 25 employees, and I am not a director. I'm really bad at managing people, so there is a person who is managing daily operations, and I'm kind of a gray cardinal standing somewhere and watching, but I'm not involved in day-to-day operations. 50 servers is wrong, because I yesterday called at night our server guy, and he said that we have 70 servers. Just to give you an idea, when we have a peak of online users, which is about 50,000, for every 4,000 users you have to put a separate front web server that is serving these 4,000. So if you have 50,000, we have to have very many front-end servers. We have very many picture servers that are serving these little pictures because people are watching them, and we have even managed to write our own software which is more effectively caching it and serving it. Last year we have ended with turnover or revenues of 2 million lats or 3 million euros, and almost no profit. Although this business is quite good, I mean, you can make some money, but we have also spent a lot of money in Hungary, and this is a very big gamble for us, and now we actually have to pay it back. So it is quite hard, and we don't know if we're gonna recover this money back from Hungary. So I have some sleepless nights thinking about it. All right. What does it mean? It means what you need to start up a business. Although I had this t-shirt shop, but it could only feed me. I didn't have any money to pay for the programmer, so I cooked food for him. And you know, when you have full stomach, you can work. So he's happy, and I had a LAN server somewhere for a friend, although it only lasted for a week because we crushed it completely within a week. So actually, it is quite cheap to start a business. This is a big advantage, but this is also a big drawback because it's easy to enter this online business. All right, top mistakes. The first one is underestimation. We have always fallen back to what we think that's gonna next. We thought that, okay, we're gonna have 20,000 users within a year. We were wrong. Then I remember one programmer said that this software can handle 100,000 users, but it crashed completely at 35,000. We will always shorten servers. I mean, we book some, it takes some time for them to arrive, but when they arrive, we know that we need 5 more. So we even wanted to call our company, which hosts Draugiem, bad gateway, which means that the website is not accessible, and that was a big problem for us. This was first mistake, and the second mistake was losing focus. Instead of focusing on the main critical issues like making the code very effective, we were doing all kinds of stuff, putting some cinema sections and business sections, which actually didn't work. I mean, we're not quite popular, but we were posting a lot of different sections, as I thought that it would be very interesting for people. But by doing this, we were not focusing on our main issues, and I regret it, because if you look at, let's say, i5 or 1LV or MySpace at the very start, they had very focused sections like pictures, groups, and basically that's it. But we were expanding in every direction. We wanted to catch every ball, but in the end it turned out that we were letting those balls fall on the floor. But although I assume those were big mistakes, they are very great experience. And I hope that we've become a little bit smarter. All right, top lessons learned. I had a meeting last week with people who are making a game, and the game was okay. And I asked those people, how long time did it take for you to make this game? And they said 2.5 years, and it's not finished yet. So what it means that once you've made some very basic website, once you've made that something can run, you should launch and test it, not vice versa. Test and launch, because if you want to fix every bug and make the service perfect, it's almost impossible. That it's very probable that you will never ever launch your product. So if anybody of you is making in your own garage software for 2 years, no, it's wrong. Launch it. Be paranoid. What it really means that you have to watch after every competitor, after every new service, and you have to read blogs and news and know what's going on in the world. Because if you lose the knowledge of the current situation, it might be that you will end up, I don't know, nowhere. So being paranoid is kind of a sick feeling, but you can't live without it because it's the only way you're going to survive in this environment. No orchestra, man. This is again when I told you that we had 25 people, and I said that I'm not a managing director. I knew from the day one that I'm bad at like day-to-day things. So I always hired people or outsourced people who are making a better job for me. And I know that there are so many smarter people than me that can do this job. So if you are a small entrepreneur, you should put your ego aside and maybe step aside and let the professional people do the job for you. So you have to understand that it's wiser to delegate than to do everything by yourself. Money is no object. Maybe this is old line because money might be an object right now because the credit markets are going down and the real estate barons are going bankrupt. But still, I think that for a great idea, there is so much money out there that you can just collect. So if you have this really good idea, then and if you are saying that, oh, I don't have money, I don't believe it, because there are so many people with very big pockets and they don't know where to spend their money. So go and help them spend the money. And the last lesson learned is that if you have this idea of yours and something is holding back, like work or a girlfriend or no money or any other excuse, I would say that if you have this little dream, you have to pursue it and start up your little company. Most probably you will fail. Most probably you will feel sorry about you. But after you, from several trials, after you become successful, trust me, it is a wonderful feeling, and so I suggest for everybody of you, go out and make business. All right. Any questions?
Yes, I have several. Okay. First of all, can you say how much from the revenue is from advertising and how much is from the paying services?
Yeah, last year we ended with 50-50. 50 from advertising, 50 from paid services.
Okay. And second one, you are today leader in Latvia, but what was the most important thing? You was the first one, or because I know that there was Face.lv, which was trying about the same time or not?
Yeah, Face.lv was at that time, but actually we were the first one with this concept. Face.lv, I know that in Estonia there is great, and there are no other social networking because there are?
Orkut is quite good.
Yeah, Orkut, okay, good, yeah. But the local website, there are no local websites except Reite, so I assume that they took this place, but in Latvia that place was empty, and we were the first one to take this place. And I must admit that at that time we were a very lousy company, and if there was a better program, better looking website, I think that we would have lost the game. But as you know, the MySpace, for example, it might look terrible, but hey, they have more than 100 million people, so they are successful.
Okay, but then I know that in Estonia you're growing Facebook. What do you think? But that is possible that in the future some features and effort from United States or web or whatever thing can be in Latvia first?
Yeah, I am paranoid, and I think that Facebook will create us some headache, and I assume that Facebook is going to be in Latvian as well, because they have this system that everybody can translate the website. I think that people will use Facebook, but I really hope that people like my mom, that they will stick to Draugiem, so we will fight.
Okay, but you are today first in Latvia, and I don't know what was the base in Hungary, but you tried several markets also, but when you didn't success others, like Bulgaria, whatever, Romania?
Actually, 2 years ago, we had this website in I don't know, 26 languages, and we sent out these translations to the translation office, and those people were translating, but they didn't see the context, so the website was crappy, and we had these several 20 or something domain names, so it was quite hard. And only in the end we understood that in Latvia we also wanted to, for a Russian audience, we had this domain name Draugiem.lv. But we should stick to one domain name in Latvia and one abroad, which is fripe.com. And fripe actually means friends and Skype. Fripe.
But you don't try to do any big marketing in...
No. It's too late. I mean, I don't want to go face to face with Facebook and compete with them, because...
No, I mean that I know that trade solutions trying very hard in different markets.
Yeah, they are trying, and
in Bulgaria they made something.
I really hope they can manage, because those markets are really crowded. Those people who speak English, they are penetrated by Facebook and MySpace, and those markets that are they don't speak English, most probably they will have some local competitors. And for rate to go abroad, I assume it's going to be very hard for them.
Okay, I have all of them because I'm ready to
Yeah.
As you said, you studied Facebook. What about your plans? You probably know about these applications which Facebook allows to build with other content providers. Do you have the same plans or some other?
We are a little bit scared of them. In Latvia, we have this problem that very many people are using Draugiem from public places like libraries and schools, and these applications might create some problems that people might give away their login data to the people who are not working with Draugiem. Let's say they are stealing their private data. So, but we actually really want to make some APIs just to try it out, so how it works, but we haven't done it yet.
Do you know the time frame when you plan to do it? I provide content, that's why I'm asking.
What content?
Television guides. I don't have as many visitors as you do, only about 10%, but...
Mans TV, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. We thought
Okay.
we should make something.
That's all.
I'm about to start my thing right now, so I'd like to ask you a few questions really quick. How did you assemble the team for Draugiem? So you started alone, but how did you find really good people with fresh ideas? It's really hard thing to do.
I was a fresh idea, and I had a computer guy who was implementing my fresh idea. So the only problem for you is to find a coder and persuade him. Maybe cook some food for him. Take to cinema. I don't know. You can do anything you need to accomplish your goal. So.
And how did you find these people who like to sponsor you? These people with big pockets?
Well, we started with no money, and we haven't taken any money from outside investors yet, because it means that at some point you lose your independence. But if you have this idea that deserves a little input of money, so you have to go. But again, it's just networking. Go and talk to people. Tell about your idea. And don't be afraid that somebody's going to steal your idea, because if you keep it in yourself and not spreading the word, most probably your idea will die with you. So go out and talk to people.
And last question. Aren't you afraid that Draugiem is getting too commercial? Like some time ago you could just log in and do the stuff you like, but now you actually have to pay for most of the things to activate them. Aren't you afraid to lose your people who would like to?
I am. But again, the last paid service, we have this game called Zuola. And Zuola was for free, and is still for free. But we have this Zuola Pro, which gives you some more features, and you have to pay for it. So what we want to do is that we like to have this balance. Some services for free, some services paid. Let's say we have this brain, which is for money, but I assume that nobody knows that there are 14 people working to create these questions, and so these people could play. So there is a lot of on the expenditure side. So some services are demanding a lot of resources. So you have to find a business model to finance it. But I am afraid, and I've heard this before, that we have too many commercial services. So I hope that the next services will be for free.
I have a question more about the content of the Draugiem.lv. And at first it was more like for entertainment, but now it has become like you can read news there and like some other media. How would you explain it? Why you find it important to put there news and some serious stuff?
This is because we want to diversify, and for those people who are not using Draugiem in Latvia, we want to show them that there is some other things to do. But quite frankly, let's say news or cinema or travel section, which we are going to destroy and make completely new, they are very niche in comparison, let's say, with galleries or I don't know, some top section. They are just a very minor part of the whole Draugiem. But this is, again, we are experimenting, we are trying. I mean, something works, okay, we continue working on it. If it doesn't work, okay, we get rid of it.
Maybe you try to compete with other media, like maybe newspapers, TV.
Yeah, we want to compete with Delphi.
Very simple question. How do you choose resources that you add to your public RSS reader, for example, blogs?
I assume there is no methodology. I think that I know this guy, okay, let's put it on a website, something like this. Nothing special.
You have a competitor named One, yeah, and it has many, it's expanded in many countries, in Lithuania, in Estonia, and they have bought advanced.ru, yeah, now, and they're expanding in Russia. What do you plan? Maybe do you plan to expand on different countries? Something over.
Yeah, I know that has actually Vitalis from 1LV. He's a great guy because He has very strong positions here in Latvia, and he's number 1 in Lithuania. And Odon Plasnik, he's number 3 in Russia and going to number 1, passed by Kontakte. I know that we are not going after these. Russia is a very tough market, and they have very strong players, and we are aware of our capabilities. But we have some other plans regarding some other services in Eastern Europe, and we are going to try them out. But it's nothing. It's nothing to do with social networking.